Skip Bayless ruined LeBron James. And so when Kendrick Perkins was talking about put a name on it, put an address on it, is what he was saying. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, he's talking about Charles Barkley. Oh, no, he's talking about P.K. Subban, even though he named P.K. Subban. And then I was like, oh, no, he's talking about Skip Bayless. And I'm like, that's interesting. And so when I heard this Friday, Saturday, I hadn't thought it all the way through in terms of, oh, he's just upset because Skip Bayless criticizes LeBron James. And they think LeBron should be above criticism or he should receive less criticism. And then, and so over the weekend, when I post on X my thoughts, where I'm going at LeBron, hey, man, you wanted this barbershop talk. You started a barbershop talk show, and now you're whining about it. Well, at some point over the weekend, I realized, well, hold on. He didn't invent this barbershop talk. Who did? In terms of platforming it on television and building an entire career around it. It was Skip Bayless and Jamie Horowitz and ESPN. And I went back and I was like, well, when did Skip Bayless start his shtick of attacking LeBron James and building a television career off of LeBron James? And I started doing the homework and trying to look up for early signs of like, hey, when did this start? Because, for the early part, the first 7-8 years of LeBron James's career, pretty spotless in terms of like the guy met expectations. He dragged a terrible Cleveland Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals in year 7 or 8 or something like that against the San Antonio Spurs. And they got their butts kicked. But LeBron James was doing a really solid job and was mostly beloved before the decision. And so when I went looking for signs of like, hey, when did Skip Bayless start going all hate on LeBron James? I ran across this story on ESPN.com. And this is Skip Bayless was in 2006, he was writing for ESPN.com. And he was writing for Page 2. And he started out a story in 2006. LeBron James is 21 years old. I want to read you an excerpt from this. In the end, it was all about 23. That's how many points number 23 Cleveland Cavaliers scored in Sunday's second half. And that was mostly LeBron James's fault. But of course, Sunday's end was more about Friday night. That's when LeBron's team led by 3 with 3:15 left at home. The Game 6 door should have been slammed on the Detroit Pistons, whose throats were tightening like the rim their shots kept bouncing off of. That was almost all LeBron's fault. I know. The kid is just 21. But LeBron worshipers cannot have it both ways. You cannot tell me he's better than Michael Jordan was at this stage. Some of you contend at any stage, then defend him when he fails because he's barely legal. I think we'd agree. He's the oldest looking and playing 21-year-old NBA player we've ever seen. So old, physically and mentally and facially, that we sometimes find ourselves wondering if somewhere along the way, somebody lost track of his age. I mean, look at the pictures of Jordan and Magic and Bird at the age of 21, and you'll laugh at how skinny and baby-faced they look. LeBron? No. This kid, in quotations, is a man now, and he must be treated as such. Off with the kid gloves. No more premature myth-making. LeBron James has the size, strength, skill, and instincts to be an all-time great player, more Magic than Michael, but he isn't yet. Let's be honest. He isn't even close. I'm reading this. And he later on goes to say that, he's choking and blah, blah, blah. I'm reading this and I'm going, the dude is 21. This is his third or fourth year in the NBA. And Skip Bayless is killing this dude to the point he insinuates and he does. That's not some joking, hey, we can just write this off. He's like, hey, man, are they lying about LeBron James's age? He insinuates that. This is deranged and stupid. This is 2006. LeBron James is 21 years old. He's in his third year in the NBA. If I'm correct, did that Pistons team that he's ripping, they may have, no, the Miami Heat won the NBA Finals that year. But that was a very good Detroit Pistons team. And LeBron James is in his third year. And Skip Bayless is in 2006, I think he's in his second year, hosting what maybe at that time was called Cold Pizza, and he was doing a segment called First and 10. It wasn't quite First Take yet. But Skip Bayless had already gone into his anti-LeBron James shtick. He had already put it on overdrive in 2006. So you're a 21-year-old kid. You're off to a magnificent start to your NBA career. A magnificent start. Yes, you're second in MVP voting in 2006. Second, you finished behind Steve Nash in 2006. And Skip Bayless is starting the attack, the relentless attack. And so I sit there and I realize that Skip Bayless, who's transitioning out of newspaper and print into full-time ESPN TV personality, who desperately wants to make millions and millions of dollars talking about sports. And if he has to use a 21-year-old kid and beat him, my stick is going to be to attack the future of the NBA, the kid that has been called the heir to Michael Jordan. What would that do to you? You're a 21-year-old kid. There's an old man sitting on TV trying to make money off you by relentlessly attacking you day after day on television for ratings and for money. This is unprecedented. No one had ever done that to a prominent athlete. Michael Jordan didn't have anybody sitting on ESPN, hey, I'm going to find a way to criticize this guy every single day. He did not have that. Did his peers, did his competitors, were they trying to figure out a way to attack him on the court? Were the Detroit Pistons and were they beating him up? Were players jealous of him? Did he face a physical style of basketball? All things that he could handle. Hey, someone wants to challenge Michael Jordan on the court. Michael Jordan has an answer and can deal with that. He has teammates who can help him deal with that. But sitting on TV, trash talking Michael Jordan? What did that do? What would that have done to Michael Jordan? If someone was trying to build a career off of attacking them every day on television, maybe that would change that person. Maybe LeBron James, without Skip Bayless relentlessly attacking him, maybe LeBron James isn't the angry, entitled, victim mentality person that he's become today. Maybe Skip Bayless made LeBron James say, hey, you know what? If some guy is going to build a TV career off of smearing me and my career every day, maybe I need to enter the opinion Olympics. Maybe I need to start influencing the media and start working behind the scenes to get people in the media to argue my side of the story. Maybe LeBron's manipulation of the media started because ESPN, Skip Bayless, and Jamie Horowitz were unfairly exploiting LeBron James. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.